The good people of the Oral Tracy Maverick YouTube channel, Wagwan. Maverick upon the case again, you know. Still upon the case. Now, one of the most conspicuous things in the immediate aftermath of the announcement by the Minister of Finance of the massive wage increase package for him and him friend them was how, I don't know, lukewarm in opposing the announcement was the opposition party, the PNP. I mean, you don't think there's something like this? An immediate and salacious fodder for your opposition party, you know, anywhere in the world. Just consider the politics of an announcement like this and a situation like this. The majority of the people in the country are suffer. And the government come out and announce 200 to 300% increase for the government members and the immediate people around them. If you write a political textbook, what could have created something for the opposition party jump on than something like this? Well, there was a release from the PNP. Now I'm going to read snippets of the release for you. Because basically now, it's like the tune changed now. I don't know if the opposition leader, there's somewhere people on the fence and say, hold on, but oh, my people in the parliament now oppose or something. How them sound so weak in the opposition to it. But listen to it. Because it's opposition in words, but you have to pick sense out and nonsense with it. And I'm going to read all of it because it's kind of long. But listen to this now. It's captioned, the PNP disagrees with the massive salary increase for parliamentarians and urges government to prioritize public servants. All right, listen to it now. The People's National Party strongly objects to a massive salary increase for cabinet ministers and members of parliament having been announced in the parliament. All right. Without the government first having satisfactorily addressed the serious disaffection of many dedicated teachers, nurses, police officers, and other civil servants. You hear that now? You must say, for them disgruntlement is the fact that the government don't address the rest of the civil service. So there's no, the opposition is not in principle to the amount of money, you know, and the vulgar amount of money where the Minister of Finance pass around in the circles, you know. Or that them are opposed to, you know. Is the fact that more of the money never spread to the service, to the civil service. So as it is now, is the civil service everybody a look out, you know. Everybody else in the society, in the economy, can go suck salt. Anyway, let me read another little part of it now. The decision was made by the government without any consultation with the opposition, other than to seek our political non-objection in the decision when it was already made. Yet, while some parliamentarians work diligently and deserve an increase in remuneration, it is morally indefensible to grant such a significant raise while so many of our dedicated public servants have seriously lost out and are utterly demoralized by the lack of equity in the recent salary restructuring. Them no business with the rest of we know and how we feel about some of these things, you know. It's all about looking after the civil service, including the government, you know. Yeah, all right. Should I go a little further? All right, let me go a little bit further in that. Last paragraph. In the light of this situation, the PNP demands that the government immediately return to the negotiation table with the unions representing public servants. The government must recognize its responsibility to deliver a fair and just remuneration package for all public servants before seeking to look after the interests of the political class. Me read 3 paragraphs, and I think it have 5 paragraphs. And in the 3 paragraphs, it's basically, I said the same thing, you know. The objection of the PNP, you know, is the fact that the rest of the civil service not tap up the way them feel them to tap up, you know. Nobody's addressing the vulgar, you know, and almost immoral, you know, said people, you know, said subsequent to when we talk about the thing yesterday. Me realize, say, me get to understand, say the Jamaican Prime Minister and the British Prime Minister, when you convert the Jamaican dollars and the English pound, they might get the same amount of pay. So Jamaica and England appear with Prime Minister the same. Eh? Reconcile that in our mind. But back to this again. So this is the grand opposition by the PNP. Me tell you yesterday, you know. We don't see no promise, you know. We say when we get in a power, you know, we are going to reverse this, you know. We don't see nothing like that, you know. All we see is for sure look better package for the rest of the civil service, better package for the rest of the civil service. So, it's now the PNP and the JLP against the rest of the, you know. And that's the thing there, you know. And them draw the rest of the civil service tonight, because they might look after as much people in the civil service as possible. So it's government and civil service and opposition against the rest of the people. And that's the thing they know, you know. Because nobody not sensitive to the sentiments of the rest of the people about that something, you know. And I read the sentiments and emotions of the people to that something, you know. No, sir. This, when you see the PNP readers, is an attempted exercise in appeasement, you know. Because them word it as if them oppose the thing, you know. But them don't really oppose it. Them don't really oppose it, you know. Them just look some additional perks for the rest of the government service. There is no opposition in principle to what Nigel Clark announced in the parliament, you know. None whatsoever. Except for the common man in the street. Well, you know, so this is put the onus on the people now. We see what going on in them country, you know. And see what going on with the political leadership in the country, you know. And how much them rate the general population in the people. Not the opposition never even asked the question, what are we going to get for these increases? What are the people that we represent going to get for these massive 200 to 300% increases, you know? Not even that. A long letter. See the letter here? You see how long the letter is? And no mention of accountability for this kind of... First of all, they don't mention where the money will come from to cover the bill here. But let us say, we assume, say, tax the people somewhere, you know. And of course, when the people say they are seeking to get the best people to lead the public service, it's trick them or trick me and you, you know. Look and tell me, people, with this salary increase, from now on, Jamaican people who have to live under the system down here, under the judgment down here, look and tell me if you are going to notice any improvement in any government service in Jamaica after this. Any government service. Hospital, them all get bed now. Eh? Remember me talk out on the channel one important unit, the renal unit, down at the Kingston Public Hospital. Says that AC unit them want in there for the people them do them operation and the AC unit couldn't come. Eh? But a man salary can move from 9 million to 28 million in 2 years. Plus, by the way, I never mentioned this the other day, you know. Remember say, this thing became effective, the increase became effective first, at the start of the financial year, 2022, at 2023, we don't know, you know. That means there's some fat, retroactive check and some money are going to drop in some account as well, you know, people. Eh? No money people have got... This look like now the people have to be the opposition now. Because if government and opposition in one accord, where that left the people in Jamaica? Poopa. OMG! Tell me what you think about what me think. Tell me if I read and I calculate what I read properly, people. Tell me if I analyze and I evaluate what I read properly. There is no talk of if, as me say, this is something where when me, if me was a politician, people, I look like me have got to take up this politics business as some joke politician them, you know. You think me could have in an opposition and a party in a government announce them a kind of increase here? First of all, me not take it for myself, you know. Symbolically, me I tell, if me are the leader of the opposition, me I say, me no want to increase, you know. Take it and go buy some bed put in a, as some joke politician we have in Jamaica, you know. Anyway, people, tell me what you think about what me think. Talk to me good, no man. Talk to me good. Tell me what you think about what me think. Me kind of discombobulated by the whole development and how we react to it. Eh? Me don't know if anger pile up in the streets. People are grumble about it hard, you know. But everybody seems to be just going about them business. Survival business. You know the thing, go? Anyway, people.